It's me, Lizzie, with The Real Deal. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you for watching. If you're not new, welcome back. Happy New Year. Hopefully 2022 will be a lot better than 2021 was. And hopefully everybody can start being a lot nicer to each other out in public. That would be nice. I would love it if people would be nice to each other out in public. You know, please, thank you, and excuse me works. Anyways, so today's tutorial we are going to be doing this lovely stitch that I decided that I was going to try to do. It is called the rice stitch. And if we see how all these little posts are popping in and out, it looks like little granules of rice. I love it. And you know how much I always say I love my multicolored yarns. This stitch is so soft. It's so squishy. I honestly can't wait to do this in like a scarf or a blanket. It would even be good for a hat, and it's totally reversible, so there's no good looking side or bad looking side. Okay, so all we're gonna need to do this with is, obviously we need some yarn. We're gonna need a crochet hook. It doesn't matter what size hook, any size hook works, and a pair of scissors. Okay, so let's grab our supplies and let's get this started. Okay, you guys, it feels like it's been forever since I've done any kind of crocheting. So to start this stitch, all we need to do is our basic slip knot. And the slip knot is wrap it around your finger twice, 2 loops, fold B over A, fold A over B, bada beep, bada boop. Insert your hook. And for those of you who have not been with me that long and don't know the styles of crocheting, we are going to chain 11. To make a chain, we're going to yarn over and pull through. That's 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to 11, guys. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This stitch works with any odd number. So we're gonna chain 11, okay, and in the third chain from our hook. So this little loop on our hook does not count as a chain. So you get 1, 2, and chain number 3. We're gonna yarn over, go in, pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on our hook now. We're gonna yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2 more. You guys all know how much I love my multicolored yarns. And we're going to continue doing 1 double crochet all the way across. And we're going to end up with 2 less than we started, so we're going to have 9 double crochets total. We are just doing a very small sample, you guys, just to give you guys the idea and understanding on how to do this stitch. Okay. I honestly can't wait to show you guys how I have my setup underneath here for my crocheting. I have another little device coming to help do more overhead shots so that you guys can look down on my hands instead of looking the opposite way, and you'll be able to see everything a lot better. The only problem with that is I won't be able to see the camera that much, so I won't be able to know if I'm doing something right, if I'm in the frame correctly, and I'm going to have to pray that I'm in the frame correctly. Anyways, but it'll keep the camera up and away from me. Just make sure when you get to the end of this you have 9. I'm on number 8. It builds up really quickly once we get past this first foundation row. Right now this is basically the foundation row. Okay. And I'm using some really old yarn. Okay. So once we get to the end of this, we're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work. Okay, and right where that chain 1, right where we created that chain 1, like literally right in this little space right here. Like, let me see if I can pull this space up a little bit away from there. This little space right here where the chain 1 came out of, we are going to pop a half double crochet. So half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook in the very first stitch there. yarn over. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and that is your half double crochet. Now, we are going to be working in the posts on this thing. So this here, these little, these things right here in the middle, these are all the posts. So instead of going into our stitching this way like we used to, like we normally would, we are going to go in through here and pop this out and make it like almost like a 3D. Okay, so we're going to pull this in, go in through here. Okay, so we're gonna do a double crochet, a front post double crochet. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna go into the front post. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a loop just like we would do any double crochet. Okay, and pull through 2. That is our first front post double crochet. Now we're gonna do a back post. So what do we do to do a double crochet? We yarn over, we go in through the back, yarn over, pull up a loop. In the beginning of this, it's going to feel a little weird doing that, but you're going to get used to it. Okay? And if something doesn't look right, like right here, I don't like the way this loop looks, so I'm going to pull that right out, and I'm going to fix it. Okay, so we're going to yarn over. I'm going to go in and do my front post double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's much better. Yarn over, go in through the back of this now. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Okay, now let's do another front post. Go in, pull up our loop, pull it through, and do our double crochet. Yarn over, go in through the back, pull up a loop. Going through the back can be a little bit tricky, you guys, okay? And I'm trying to keep everything in frame, okay? But do you see what I mean by we're going in through the posts? We're not going into the stitching here, okay? We're not going into these stitches. We're going into these posts right here in the front, okay? When we get to the end, to the very last post, it'll be a front post double crochet. So we always end with a front post. We always start with a front post. We always end with a front post. Okay, so then we have our last front post double crochet. Okay. Now at this very end, just like we did before, we're going to go over to this very last stitch. Okay, because we're going to have 1 stitch at the end here. And we're going to pop a half double crochet into that. Okay, so we started with a half double, we end with a half double. Now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to chain 1, we're going to turn our work, and then this very first chain that the chain 1 came out of, we're going to put a half double crochet. Okay, and then we're going to continue. So now it's going to be a little harder to see these guys because you're going to have to go in and pull these guys out to pop them forward. Okay, so where we have a front post double, where we see a, remember what we always do. We always start with a front post double crochet and end with a front post. So we're just going to go into here. We're going to pull this little guy forward. We're going to grab a loop up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, go in to the back. Okay. Basically, this stitch gives your project so much texture. And we're doing such a small sample right now. Go in, pull up a loop. We're doing a front post again. Okay, back post double crochet is next. Okay. Front post double crochet. Next one is a back post double crochet. And I got one more front post double crochet, And at this moment you might have to like separate your stitches out a little bit so you can see where the post is. But a front post, double crochet, and then we're just gonna do one half double crochet in the very last chain. And je suis. Okay, so as you can see, I'm starting to develop my little stitching. I'm going to continue doing this for about another 2 rounds. I'm on row number 3 right now, and when I come back, we'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you the bigger one. I just wanted to get you guys kind of used to the basics of doing the front post and back post double crochets. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, you guys, so I am finished with my little small sample. I'm not going to worry about these ends because this is just a sample. I'm just going to stretch out my stitching a little bit so you guys can see it all, because this stuff gets a little scrunchy, but you can see the little shapes and how the texture builds up. This is a really easy stitch, great for beginners, great for blankets and scarves, and that's because, like, if you can see on this one where I started, like, I was planning on doing a blanket, and I'm just kind of trying to fiddle around with some stitching, and I actually really like this one. It's really squishy. Eventually I will do a blanket maybe with that, I'm not sure, but it's all going to be in this really massive ball of yarn that I got from my local Michael's craft store. My cousin gave me like this $30 gift card to Michael's, which I don't normally shop at Michael's because of the pricing and it's just expensive for me. But I got such a screaming deal, a $35 ball of yarn for $10. It was one of those crazy deals where it was on a rack that said $10 and there was like a ton of them, so they kind of had to give it to me for $10. So I actually love looking for those type of savings, and I have to say thank you to my cousin for teaching me about savings when I was about 15. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how to crochet the rice stitch. I know I enjoyed filming it for you, and I'm just having fun shooting videos for you guys. I'm really sorry if my hair is all messed up, but I really don't care if my hair is messed up either. I'm just having fun shooting tutorials and teaching you guys new stitches and new crafting projects. Like, I am super excited about teaching you guys how to make these cute and adorable little creeper Minecraft inspired bookmarks, so that'll be in an upcoming video. With that said, have fun with what you're doing, and remember to keep it real, because you know I do each and every day. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye. Happy crocheting.